out where the oak tree shadows lay long on the ground. I found your scarf, a ghost on that old porch swing. In the town where gravel roads wrap their dusty arms around. Beneath the sunset's blaze, your laughter used to cling. Long ride, shut the door on the winds of yesterday. Saddle worn, heart torn by the miles I rode away. Each hoofbeat a reminder of the promises we swore. Echoes of you haunt every trail I explore. The cabin stands empty like the pages of our days. Windows stare like eyes filled with the dust of dawn. Once we danced in rain, now I shuffle through life's maze. Fading trails like our dreams, all but overrun. Long ride, shut the door on the winds of yesterday. Saddle worn, heart torn by the miles I rode away. Whispers of your voice swirl like leaves around my core. In the silence of the plains I hear you no more. There's a stillness in the air where a wild river flows, and I reckon that's the sound of letting go. But the heart is a stubborn beast beneath this cowboy's load. Beneath the starry skies, my love for you in shadow still aglow. Long ride, shut the door, let the nightfall hide my pain. Trails in, my friend, where your memory remains. Every star a story, every breeze whispers your lore. In the echoes of the night I close the door. So I'll ride under the moon where the quiet rivers bend. Maybe all a lonesome cowboy can do is pretend that every sunset isn't just another sad amen, but a path that might one day lead me back again. In the shadow of the whispering oak, where the sun paints gold on the old porch spoke, there's a swing that creaks where we used to sit, carving our names in the wood bit by bit. Rusted chains, but the memories glide smooth as the river slow, embracing tide. Oh, the swing echoes with a lonely song of laughter that's fled, and days that aren't gone under the oak. Where the soft winds blow, my heart holds the warmth, but my arms feel the cold. Each creak a beat of the times we knew. The swing echoes, but not with you. Now the dust whirls on an empty track where we once walked, no sign of turning back. The cabin stands, but it's hollow inside. Echoes of footsteps where silence now resides. Your scarf still hangs by the door, so thin, faded like the jeans you danced in. Oh, the swing echoes with a lonely song of laughter that's fled, and days that are gone under the oak. Where the soft winds blow, my heart holds the the warmth, but my arms feel the cold. Each creak a beat of the times we knew. The swing echoes, but not with you. Sometimes the prairie calls under that vast sky, telling me to roam, yet asking me why. In the heart of the wind, your voice soft and low tells me part of me stayed in that sunset's glow. Yes, the swing echoes with the ghost of a song. Your laughter's a memory as I wander along under the oak. Where the old shadows play, I'll sit here until my last sunset fades away. And maybe these echoes will someday be through, but the swing will always only echo for you. This ballad's sung deep and slow, carries the emotional weight of long gone better days, and the acceptance of solitude wrapped in the haunting beauty of the western landscape. As the sun sets, the music fades like the light, leaving a poignant silence that speaks volumes. Out by the creek where the cottonwoods grow, we carved our names in the bark so low. The summer wind through the branches would sway those whispers of love now far away. And an old oak tree bears the scars we made. Under its shade our promises lay. Memory washed away like dust down a lonesome road. Each step I take farther from the love I've known. The sunset bleeds, colors all turn to gray. In the heart of a cowboy, where night meets the day. Memory washed away with the rain on the old porch swing. This wandering soul beneath the stars no longer sings. The cabin sits empty where laughter once filled the air. Now just echoes of your voice linger there. Your scarf on the hook still smells like spring rain. My heart holds the ache like the plains hold the plains down the gravel path where our dreams used to play. Only shadows remain as the light fades away. Memory washed away like dust down a lonesome road. Each step I take farther from the love I've known. The sunset bleeds, colors all turn to gray. In the heart of a cowboy, where night meets the day. Memory washed away with the rain on the old porch swing. This wandering soul beneath the stars no longer sings. And oh, how the rivers run to places new. What wouldn't I give for one more day with you? But time like the dust slips through these old hands, lost in the winds over these wild, wild lands. Memory washed away like tracks on the desert floor. Looking back, can't see them, not anymore. The sunset's fire, now just a cooling ash. Hold on to the heartache as long as it lasts. Memory washed away, but in my forgotten day. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild river's been, lies a memory of her, where the earth and sky blend. Sunset wrapped her in a shawl, all tattered and red, on that old wooden porch, where our dreams were softly said. Oh, the wind closed her eyes with whispers soft and sweet, and the trails we once walked now bear no trace of our feet. My heart rides these empty plains under cloudless grieving skies, for in the whisper of the trees the wind closed her eyes. There's an old cabin standing, warmed by time and by rain. Its door creaks like the saddles that we rode through the pain. Gravel roads keep on winding through fields of dry golden grain, but her laughter's just an echo from the storms that never wane. Oh, the wind closed her eyes with whispers soft and sweet, and the trails we once walked now bear no trace of our feet. My heart rides these empty plains under cloudless grieving skies, for in the whisper of the trees the wind closed her eyes. Now I wander through the silence of paths we used to roam, each step a heavy verse in this earthbound tone, lost in the symphony of a lonesome fading day. My soul finds solace as the skies turn to gray. Yes, the wind closed her eyes and the world just passed us by, in the dust of the trail under that wide open sky. Still I roam these quiet towns where our love was once surprised, forever haunted, forever bound, where the wind closed her eyes. So I sing to the mountains and to the stars above about a whisper in the pines and the woman I still love. Every sunset takes a breath, and every nightfall replies to the tale of a cowboy, where the wind closed her eyes. By the oak tree we swore forever, under skies so white and blue. Your scarf in the breeze like a promise, a dance of red against the hue. In a town where dreams whisper gently, on old porches our love knew. But the road called like a lonesome freight train, and my heart, it just withdrew. This hat hides my eyes, shadow deep with old regret. The sunset stained their colors on memories I can't forget. Empty cabins by the roadside, where our whispers still collide. In the silence of these plains, it's your voice that's my guide. Now the gravel roads stretch out like tendrils, reaching places where shadows lay. and the dust kicks up with my sorrows, paving trails of ash and gray, where the laughter echoed softly, now only echoes of your sway. By the creek bed under starlit heavens, I lost you along the way. This hat hides my eyes, shadow deep with old regret. The sunsets paint their sorrows on a love I can't reset. Empty cabins, doors still creaking, with our tales there intertwined. In the whispers of the wind, it's your touch I find. The saddle's worn, the leather cracked, just like the lines around my eyes. Each wrinkle a story, a path not taken of these endless aching skies. I wonder if the rain remembers the taste of tears I've cried for you. A downpour on this heartland, each drop of memory passing through. This hat hides my eye, shadow deep with old regret. The sunsets bleed their aching light on a past that haunts me yet. In every dusty mirror, your absence fiercely clings. But in the quiet of this wandering life, I still hear you sing. Oh, in the hollows of my heart, your love, a ghostly lingering sting.
On a porch where the oak trees keep whispering low, I left my love in the soft morning glow. Wind chimes danced to a song of despair, while the storm in the distance watched with a stare. Her scarf on the railing faded and wore, twisting like the feelings in the storm we had borne. Oh, the storm watched me leave through the gates of dawn, under skies torn with grief, where love was drawn, across lonely trails where the wild shadows weave. I ride with memories, the storm watched me leave. The cabin stands empty on Bluebell Ridge line, its door swings soft in the sigh of the pine. The gravel road's covered with years of the rust, each step is a memory, each breath a gust. She's gone like the sunset that bleeds in the west, leaving silence and dust where her footsteps once pressed. Yes, the storm watched me leave with my heart strung tight, past echoes of laughter swallowed by night, on paths overgrown where we once dared to dream. Her voice in the winds, the storm watched me leave. Under the vast sky, the truth starts to clear. All I've lost grows as distant as it once was near, but the ache in my heart finds no reprieve in the haunting embrace of what I can't retrieve. So the storm watched me leave, and it watches still as I wander these hills with the cowboy's will, through the rain soft curtain where my thoughts deceive, ever looking for peace
as the storm watched me leave. Forever looking for peace while the storm watched me leave.
Right where the oak tree shadows lie long on the dust, I found an old saddle leather worn into rust. Beneath the wide brim of a sunset that bleeds lies a tapestry woven from wildflower seeds. Our names carved deep in the bark of time's embrace, echoes of laughter, the ghost of your face. Oh, saddle hides tales of old, of a love so brave in a world so cold, where the winds whisper soft through the empty cabin sighs. I'm a shadow in the moonlight under infinite skies. Each stirrup and buckle, every scar, every ride, saddle hides. Oh, saddle hides. The porch still creaks where we danced in the rain. Now it moans underfoot like it's singing our pain. The trails have grown over, the gravel roads bare. No echo of hoofbeats, just silence hangs there. A scarf you once wore is now faded and torn, fluttering lonely like a flag long forlorn. Oh, saddle hides tales of old, of a love so brave in a world so cold, where the winds whisper soft through the empty cabin sighs. I'm a shadow in the moonlight under infinite skies. Each stirrup and buckle, every scar, every ride, saddle hides. Oh, saddle hides. Under the vast prairie sky laid down my heart, the plains roll out like the canvas of a forgotten art. Where did we lose the thread? Where did the story change? In this land that shaped us, nothing stays the same. Oh, saddle hides tales retold, memories fade into the dusk, silver and gold, where the winds whisper soft through the empty cabin sighs. I'm a shadow in the moonlight under infinite skies. Each stirrup and buckle, every scar, every ride, saddle hides. Oh, saddle hides. Here I'll abide with my saddle hides. In the shadow of the oak tree, where we swore our souls to keep, lies a cabin empty-hearted, where the weeping willows weep. Beneath the porch where we once danced, the boards recall your steps, and every gust of prairie wind whispers of the secrets we kept. Oh, silence forgot the songs we sang beneath the crimson skies, but I remember every verse echoing in my lonesome cries. Your scarf still clings to the saddle horn, blue as the falling night, while I ride the trails of yesterday, guided by fading light. The gravel roads we wandered, now overgrown and less defined, like the path our love meandered, leaving our promises behind. The rains that wash the dusty plains can't cleanse my haunted mind. in the storms I see your face, and peace I cannot find. Oh, silence forgot the songs we sang beneath the crimson skies, but I remember every verse echoing in my lonesome cries. Your scarf still clings to the saddle horn, blue as the falling night, while I ride the trails of yesterday, guided by fading light. By the riverside of memory, where the waters run so deep, I saw a reflection fleeting fast, swept away in a silent sweep. And in that moment, stark and clear, I knew what I must do to live the songs we left unsung, and to find a trail anew. Oh, silence forgot the songs we sang beneath the endless skies, and I'll carry every verse till the day my weary spirit lies. Now your scarf flies free from the saddle, lost like the whispers of the dove, as I roam this world, a shadow man, chasing the ghost of lost love. In the shadow of the old oak tree, where the wild roses used to grow, I found your scarf, a faded red, left behind like the love we know. That dusty path by Johnson's farm still haunts my boots, I roam alone. Each step a memory, hard and warm, a ghost of laughter, your soft tone. Thorns flew with the western wind through the fields where we once lay. Now every sunset seems to end with echoes of you drifting away. These lonely trails, these silent stars, guide me to where my heart did part. Among the rust on old tin bars lies the burial place of my worn heart. Porch still creaks just like it did when we'd sit watching rain sweep in. But now the woods is empty as the heartbeat's missing from within. These gravel roads, they know my stride, they've watched the years peel from my soul. Once walked with joy, now each a ride towards tomorrow's ceaseless toll. Thorns flew with the western wind through the fields where we once lay. Now every sunset seems to end with echoes of you drifting away. These lonely trails, these silent stars, guide me to where my heart did part. Among the rust on old tin bars lies the burial place of my worn heart. The sky sent, in every gust your scent returns. As fleeting as a fire that burns, I whisper names into the breeze, praying they'll carry back to thee. Thorns flew with the western wind through the fields where we once lay. Now every sunset paints the end of dreams and dust, both swept away. These lonely trails, these fading scars, guide me to where I'll always part. Underneath these morning stars, with your memory forever my heart. In the quiet of night, the wind sings low, and I reckon it's time to let you go.
Down by the willow where the creek used to sigh, I carved our names under that 4th of July sky. The oak trees whisper secrets in the breath of the wind, promises made just to break and not to mend. Oh, the creek fell apart just like the dreams we knew. The water stopped running where the wildflowers grew. In the dust of the trail where our footsteps disappear, I listen for you, but it's my own echo I hear. The old porch swing hangs lonesome and untold, rusted chains and memories too painful to hold. Your scarf still dances on the breeze of the dawn, in a town too quiet since the day you were gone. Yes, the creek fell apart just like the dreams we knew. The water stopped running where the wildflowers grew. In the dust of the trail where our footsteps disappear, I listen for you, but it's my own echo I hear. Somewhere past the sunset on roads that twist and bend, I ride with your shadow as my only faithful friend. Every empty cabin, every silent starlit part holds the ghost of the whispers from your vanishing heart. So the creek fell apart under skies wide and stark, and I wander these valleys with you in the dark. Letting go is the way the old stories all end. I'm lost in the chapters that I cannot amend. As the sun whispers goodbye in hues of deep maroon, I know part of my soul will always be entwined with the moon. Out by the whispering creek where the oak trees weave, my boots stirred the dust, your scarf caught the breeze. We carved our names under that old porch light. Now I'm talking to shadows in the falling night. The creek sings low, a sorrowful sound, in the place where my heart first got bound. Oh, the creek haunts with its lonely call, where our echoes lie neath the twilight shawl. Every stone and turn, a memory's breath, and the quiet sobs of the stream. I feel your depth, the sunset bleed, it knows my cause. At the creek haunts, where I loved and lost. Years rolled like the wheels down a gravel road. The cabin's empty, the fire's cold. Your laughter's a ghost in the rustling leaves, and I'm a shadow man with a heart that grieves. The trails we walk now overgrown, in the creek haunts I wander alone. Oh, the creek haunts with its mournful sigh, where dreams drift like clouds in a stormy sky. Each whisper in the wind, your name it calls amongst the crumbling pines and the weeping falls. The dust dust settles deep where our love was tossed, at the creek haunts where I loved and lost. And oh my sweet, does the wind carry cries to the stars above from my tear-dimmed eyes? For each night I lay by these haunted streams, you visit me softly in the thorns of my dreams. Yes, the creek haunts with its lonesome moan, a cradle of echoes where I've grown old. The shadows stretch as the day departs in the creek haunts amidst broken hearts, a silhouette against the fading gloss. At the creek haunts where I loved and lost. So I'll saddle my sorrows, ride the dusty dawn by the creek that haunts where you're forever gone. And maybe these trails under skies vast and blue will one day heal the scars of losing you. But until then, in the dust I'll trust, at the creek haunts where I loved and lost.
By the rusted gate at Johnson's farm, there once we swore to stay, underneath that gnarled oak's arm, where night chased out the day. Your scarf a slash of sunset caught, the breeze would gently sway. In those shadows love was taught, but time pulls threads away. Oh, how the winds did moan through the chinks of lonely walls, whispering tales of a heart grown cold where once fiery passion calls. Every creak of that old porch swing, like footsteps in empty halls, rusted gate my heart's closing, where your echo softly falls. With the turning seasons, the creek beds dry, and so did your tender grace. The trails once trod with youthful stride, now a fading trace. That old cabin holds the laughter and the tears I can't erase. On gravel roads forever after I ride from our lost embrace. Oh, how the winds did moan through the chinks of lonely walls, whispering tales of a heart grown cold where once fiery passion calls. Every creak of that old porch swing, like footsteps in empty halls, rusted gate my heart's closing, where your echo softly falls. In the dust where hoof prints settle beneath the weeping willow's frame, I find the strength to face the pedal, though my heart bears the flame. Memories like rain on tin, a rhythm none can tame. Love's a game of lose or win, but never feels the same. Oh, how the wind still moan through the chinks of what remains, a cowboy soul turned to stone, wandering love's old plains. Every creak of that old porch swing, a reminder of the chains, rusted gate forever swinging in the heartland's quiet refrain. In the dandelion field, under sky so vast and blue, I remember the gold in her hair and the dreams that once flew. We danced through the whispers of grass where the oak trees knew our names. Her laughter mingled with the breeze. Now it's just the wind that remains. Oh, my heart rides the trails of yesteryear, through fields where the dandelions disappear. The sun dips low like my soul in the evening's hue. Every sunset brings me back to the dandelion field I rode through. The oak is older, the porch is worn, the town's a quiet shade, where gravel roads and empty cabins cradle memories that fade. That scarf she left still smells of rain and dust from the summer's end. My reflection alone in window panes keeps the company of the wind. Oh, my heart rides the trails of yesteryear, through fields where the dandelions disappear. The sun dips low like my soul in the evening's hue. Every sunset brings me back to the dandelion field I rode through. There's an ache in the saddle, a silence in the breeze. A cowboy's heart knows no ease. I drift like tumbleweed where the wild rivers flow, bound to the land with the love I can't let go. Oh, my heart rides the trails of yesteryear, through fields where the dandelions disappear. The sun dips low like my soul in the evening's hue. Every sunset brings me back, but never close enough to the dandelion field I rode through, where I left my love, where I hide my truth. In the sleepy shade of the old oak tree, where the wildflowers whispered and waited for thee, we carved our names enshrined in bark underneath the sky till the world turned dark. That old porch swing where we danced with the wind, a waltz of whispers where my dreams had grinned. Shattered glass drifts on a gravel road, each piece of memory a story told. The sunset bleeds through the clouds so vast, and I'm holding shadows where the light won't last. Oh, how the silence it weeps and laughs in the echo of your voice and shattered glass. The days on dusty trails, now just faded tracks beneath my nails. That cabin stands solemn and alone, its empty halls play our love's last tone. Your scarf still lies on the cedar chest, a splash of color for a heart unrest. On a gravel road,
a memory, a story told. The rain taps gently on windowsills past, mocking each promise that didn't last. Oh, how the silence it weeps and laughs in the echo of your touch and shattered glass. The wind carries whispers of what could have been through the rustling leaves or the rolling din. And I see your reflection in streams running clear in each fleeting shadow. I feel you near. Shattered glass drifts and I follow its trail, a mosaic of dreams, love's pouring veil. Every shard a tale under twilight's expanse. In the dance of the dust I give one last glance. Oh, how the silence it weeps and laughs, forever lost in this sea of shattered glass. This ballad captures the melancholy and poignant beauty of love lost, where every physical element around recounts a part of the narrative, adding layers to the emotional landscape of the song.
In the shadow of the old oak tree, where whispers used to dance, she carved our names inside a heart, a token of romance. Underneath that sprawling bough, her laughter filled the air. Now every leaf that tumbles down whispers of despair. Her voice bleeds through the prairie wind, a song that's bittersweet. It haunts the dusty trails where our two lonely hearts would meet. In the echo of her laughter under skies once so grand, I wander through these ghost towns, a solitary man. The porch still creaks as if she's there, swaying to some silent tune. But the cabin's empty save for dust, it's lit by the pale moon. Where we once dreamt of futures bright, now shadows play old scenes. The night air's thick with what's been lost, wrapped in her scarf of dreams. Her voice bleeds through the prairie wind, a song that's bittersweet. It haunts the dusty trails where our two lonely hearts would meet. From vibrant dreams to silent screams under stars that understand, I roam this land without her hand, a broken, weary man. If I could ride past horizons where our sun used to set, would I find her voice there waiting, or just more to forget? With every sunset that I chase and every tear I hide, I'm just a shadow in her light, drifting with the tide. Her voice bleeds in the whipping wind, across the creeks that swell. It's tangled in the silver clouds, in the stories they can't tell. As the oaks stand tall and strong, and I grow old and gray, her whispers in the rustling leaves that never fade away. Her voice bleeds. Her voice bleeds, forever here to stay. the shadow of the oak where we once lay, I found an old hat fraying at the brim. Saw the sun bleed its gold over the clay, each thread a memory growing dim. Your laughter echoes wild across the creek, where scars dance freely in the springtime air. Now the silence speaks the words we cannot speak. On that old porch ghostly in disrepair, and my hat fell apart like my heart in your hands, threads unwinding in the merciless winds, drifting like the dust through forgotten lands, where the twilight of our love never ends. The saddle's worn where you once sat to ride, down trails now choked by weeds and untold fears. Those paths we blazed side by side, now just gravel roads that disappear. The cabin stands, but not the dreams we made. Empty rooms where shadows lay their claim. In the heart the fire's soft glow is faded, with only ashes left to hold your name. My hat fell apart like my heart in your hands, threads unwinding in the merciless winds, drifting like the dust through forgotten lands, where the twilight of our love never ends. Oh, how the rains whispered old truths, washing over a land so parched, so bare. Mighty rivers lose their way, just like I lose you, in the echoes of promises hanging in the air. And so my hat fell apart like the seams of my soul, under skies vast and wide, where the lonely rivers roll. Farewell to the heartache, farewell to the start, in a world that keeps turning, though my hat fell apart. In the land that remembers, in the wind's soft apart, I'll keep wandering love with my hat falling apart. On Lonesome Hill, beneath the oak tree wide, my heart first lived by her wildflower side. Summer breeze whispered tales in the shade, old porch creeks where our promises lay. We carved our names in that tough ancient bark, promised to meet when day faded to dark. Echoes roll down from that lonely hill's crown, where oak leaves talk of the love we had found. The winds carry cries of the words we once said, now just ghostly whispers
where our dreams are laid dead. Years have passed, the oak tree stands still, but the house lies empty, life lost its thrill. Gravel roads, once our kingdom to roam, now just pathways to a long abandoned home. Her scarf in my pocket, a faded old blue, every thread a memory of the love I once knew. Echoes roll down from that lonely hill's crown, where oak leaves talk of the love we had found. The dust swirls around where we once danced in rain. Now each drop's a tear, and each tear's a refrain. In the twilight's last gleaming, I see her clear, as if time stood still and she was still here. With my hand on the saddle, I face the west, riding trails to the sunset on this endless quest. Echoes roll down from that lonely hill's crown, memories fading like dusk into town. I'll ride these lands under stars cold and bright, chasing her shadow into the night. Echoes roll, echoes call, but she's never in sight.
Out on the mesa where the wild sage grows, I met her under that old weathered oak. Her laughter danced on the breeze, touching my soul in that quiet town where the river winds slow. Her scarf a ribbon of red against the earth, twirling like a promise in the early morn's birth. But those eyes are ones that shone like desert stars, now just a memory in my lonely heart's bars. Her eyes fell apart like rain on old clay, leaving colors running, washing dreams away. On empty porches where we once said our part, now only whispers stay, and her eyes fell apart. Years have tumbled like leaves in the wind, and the trails we rode have grown over and thin. The cabin we dreamed in, now abandoned, stands a monument to love's labor lost to time's sands. The saddle hangs heavy, dusty and warm, like the heart in my chest, weathered and torn. Those gravel roads knew the steps of her boots, now they're silent as my old forgotten lute. Her eyes fell apart like rain on old clay, colors bleeding out, turning vibrant to gray. Where laughter echoed, now the silence
to the shadows as I mend. Her eyes fell apart like dusk in the night, each star a teardrop she left in her flight. On these long roads where my soul can't restart, I carry her memory as her eyes fell apart. Her eyes fell apart, oh, her eyes fell apart.
In the shadow of the old oak tree, where the river bends and whispers low, I found you, wild, you and me, dandelion seeds ready to blow. Your scarf a shade of sunset bright, tied to the saddle, flapping in flight. We traced gravel roads till they disappeared, each mile together the sky we did. But dandelions held tight in the palm turned to wishes in the winds of time. You're a memory in the dust of my ride, echoes of laughter and your hand in mine. With every sunset that paints the west, I find you still beating in this old cowboy chest. Now the porch creaks empty, the door swings free, echoing steps of an old melody. That cabin in the clearing with its quiet cold glow holds the ghosts of your laughter in the shadows, down faded trails where our dreams once ran. I walk alone, a solitary man, where wildflowers whisper in the fields you adored. I search for you, my forever implored. Oh, dandelions held tight in the palm turn to wishes in the winds of time. You're a whisper in the dust of my ride, echoes of laughter and your hand in mine. Every sunset that bleeds through the west leaves your shadow dancing in my lonely chest. And I've learned that love, like wildflowers, grows in places left untamed. But holding on too tight, my dear, just leaves you with the sea, the rain. Dandelions once held tight in the palm fade to wishes on horizons I roam. You're the echo in the canyons of my mind, a love lost in the sweep of time. Yet every sunset that dies in the west keeps you living deep within my lonesome chest.
Out where the oak tree shadows lay long, down past the Caldwell old wooden barn, I found a scarf you left, faded and worn. On the back road burns under dust crimson yarn, whispers of you like the wind through the chaff. Each step on that gravel, a ghost of your laugh. Oh, how the quiet places speak of your eyes, like the storm skies over creek. In the silence of the wild, my heartache returns. Every sunset's glow on those back road burns. The cabin stands empty where you danced in the rain. Echoes of footsteps, I'm alone with the pain. The trail's overgrown where we once
side. Nature reclaims, but my memories abide. The porch swing still creaks, a sad rhythmic mourn for dreams we built that the cruel time has torn. Oh, how the quiet places speak of your eyes, like the storm skies over creek. In the silence of the wild, my heartache returns. Every sunset's glow on those back road burns. But the rivers keep rolling, indifferent and deep, while I tether my tears where our memories sleep. An old cowboy's heart tethered to loss and a wrong, finding peace in the thought you found your way home. So let the quiet places speak as I search the stars for the solace I seek. Though in the silence of the wild, my heartache returns, I treasure the glow of those back road burns. Yes, I live with the glow of those back road burns.